An oh shit fund. What is it? Why is it important? Why everybody needs to have one? And the three examples of oh shit funds that I personally use in my life. This is MTV. The M is for Miggle, money, motivation. Let's get into it. So essentially what an oh shit fund is basically any backup money or funds that you have. And ideally what it's supposed to do is leftover money from your income that you have saved up, stockpiled, that's going to be able to get you to be able to survive for at least a couple months, preferably 6 months is the ultimate goal of just this nest egg of cash that you can rely on anytime you need it. This is for any emergency expenses, any medical bills, if your car gets messed up, or just any unforeseen expenses that you might have. You always want to have this nest egg, this oh shit fund, just sitting there. You never touch it. You just let it be just in case if anything bad ever happens. An oh shit fund is very important because this is for people who want to have that financial stability. So if you want to make sure you're always going to be able to take care of yourself or your family, you need to start allocating some savings into that oh shit fund so that you can feel better and go to sleep at night knowing if you ever lost your job or anything that you will be safe and you'll have the time to be able to get your shit together once that oh shit moment comes up. Another reason why an oh shit fund is really important is if you're ever planning on investing, making business, or wanting to grow your income, this is going to give you the financial security to be able to take more and more risks when you're investing. Because if you're living paycheck to paycheck and don't have any backup savings, it's going to be very hard for you to get over the fear of investing and potentially losing if all your money's on the line. But if you know there's always some sort of backup on the back end that will save you if all things go to shit, this gives you more confidence and security to go after those investments and to invest in yourself. So now that we know what an oh shit fund is and why it's important for financial security and why it's so important for investing, let's go over and explain how you actually go about making and creating an oh shit fund for yourself. So the first step to creating an oh shit fund is figuring out one, how much money you're typically bringing in each month. And then number two, creating a budget. You want to start widening the gap of how much you bring in and how much you actually spend. And what's ever left in that gap, that's what's going to be allocated towards the oh shit fund. And the best way to get the budget is, most banks have this. I have Chase. So for example, a lot of, if you have Wells Fargo, I believe they do it too. But they have like these pie charts that will show you what your spending looks like for that month. And it's all highlighted in this bar graph. So for me, I spend a lot of money on food and drinks. I spend a good amount of money on entertainment. The biggest thing that kills me is travel. That's how much I spent just last month. And then I barely spend any money on groceries. So the point is you want to figure out how much income you have, figure out how much you're spending, and we're going to widen the gap, and that's going to be your savings. Whatever's left over from that is going to go towards the oh shit fund. Now, for some people, unfortunately, people are living paycheck to paycheck and have absolutely no more money that they could even allocate towards savings. And if that's the case for you, I'm sorry, that it's a really tough position to be in. But the best thing to do to get yourself out of that is, cut any unnecessary expenses. You need to, live a little less than you are already living. Save that. And don't put it towards an oh shit fund. Use that to invest in learning new skills, something that's going to make your income grow higher. Because obviously you can't save. If you have nothing to save, then, there's not that much money to take. But if you have a little bit of money saved to invest in something that's going to make you more money, the amount of money you can make is more infinite. The sky's the limit. If you can make more money, you can only save so much. So for example, for me, I was in that same position where I didn't have any money. And what I did was I started investing the little money that I had left into different programs and courses. I learned about credit, and that immediately spiked up my income earnings, and I was able to bring more value to people that's going to pay me for that. And now that money I'm making, extra money, that goes towards my oh shit fund. So now that we know how much income we're making, we're hopefully making a little bit more, and we've widened the gap between how much you're earning and how much you're spending. Now we have some savings, and we could put it towards an oh shit fund. So there are 3 simple ways that I've used to automate my oh shit fund, so I'm always feeling safe with my financial security and always having some sort of backup plan. So the first thing that I use is a app called Acorns. This is a great app because it essentially just automates all your investing. They help you save and invest. So basically what you could do is you could set up an account with them, and with this I invest, it automatically takes $5 out of my checking account and puts it into an investment account. It will also do roundups. So anytime you spend money on any of your cards, let's say, you bought something for $2.50, it'll round it up to $3 and put that 50 cents into the investment account. So let's see here. So yeah, just with the money that I have in this account, I've invested $440. It's gone up to $623. That's a 10% interest or a 10% gain. And I didn't have to do any of that. So here you do the automatic roundups. You could set up your recurring investment. Right now I have it off. And I have another account with them right here. It's called Later. This is for retirement, but you could take it out anytime you want. But the beauty of this is you want to automate the investments. You want it to take it out of your account automatically so you don't have to think about it. And all the money just sits there. It's going to continue to grow. And that way, when you do need to take the money out, at least you're going to be walking away with more money than you originally put in. Second option you could do for your oh shit fund is utilizing stocks, where you're taking a little bit more of an active approach to it. So I use Robinhood, and what I've started off with originally, I just put a bunch of money in it, put it into a bunch of stocks that I believe we're going to continue to grow, and just let it sit there. You also have the option to where you could automate the investment, so it's taking a little bit out and buying fractions of a share. One thing that works really well is investing into index funds. Index funds are basically, it's a portfolio of a bunch of different successful stocks, and you just put money towards that index fund, and the professionals will invest all of it for you. The whole point of this is you don't want your money just sitting in the bank, because it's not going to grow. In fact, it's going to lose value because of inflation. You want to put it into an investment that is going to, where it can just sit there and continue to appreciate. And when you need it, that it'll be liquid enough to take it out. So stocks, for example, you could get this money if you need it in as little as a couple days, latest a week. So Robinhood's a really good resource if you want to get into stocks like that.
And then last but not least, this is probably my favorite one, is utilizing crypto. Now, there's a lot of people who think it's BS, but personally for me, I've been doing it for over 10 to almost like close to 15 years. When it first came out, I got into crypto when it was only like $300, and I've been investing it since. This is really nice because you could automate it on Binance.us. I used to invest in a bunch of different altcoins, but now I'm just focusing solely on Bitcoin. Again, do your own research. I feel confident in this because I've been doing it for a long time. But you're able to make automated trades for this. It's basically called dollar cost averaging. For me, I'm putting in, I'm putting in $50 a day into this account, and then every other week I'll go ahead and move my balance over to my physical ledger. That way I actually physically own the crypto. So it's a great way to start making money. It is very volatile, so it might not be as liquid, but if you're in it for the long game and want that as your oh shit fund, it's going to grow a lot more. Obviously, it's got a little bit more risk, but it's got a higher reward. And over time, it's always proven to be more successful. So the longer you're in it, the better it's going to play out for you.
An oh shit fund is a rainy day funds in case any emergencies ever happen. You want to have at least 6 months of runway to be able to live off of that reserves money. That way you have ample enough time to be able to figure your shit out and get your life back together if anything tragic ever happens. Now, it's very important because one, it helps you sleep at night with financial security, knowing you're always going to be safe no matter what happens. But two, it gives you confidence to invest because it'll help you make more money, because if you're not living paycheck to paycheck, then you have more cojones to take more risk because you know you're going to be safe at the end of the day. Now, in order to create an oh shit fund, one, you need to increase the gap between how much you're making and how much you're spending. You need to take a budget. If you need to make more money, invest in knowledge that's going to help you get paid more. The last thing too is if you want to have those separate oh shit funds, the three that I use is I have money in acorns, stonks, and crypto. And basically what I do is I automate the investments, and it'll automatically take anywhere between $5 and $50 out of my bank account, put it in that fund. And the beauty of this is it's a lot better than letting your money just sit in the bank because it's losing value due to inflation. The money sitting in these funds are going to continue to grow and to appreciate. And that wraps it up. I hope you guys got a ton of value from this video. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave it in the comment section below. And I hope this helps you guys out. Once again, this is MTV. The M is for Miggle Money Motivation. And that is how you get an oh shit fund. Have a beautiful day.